Okay, so this was a requested tutorial on my twixtor settings, so I'm going to show just a couple of them, and I'm using the same clip just so you can kind of see the difference. So we're going to leave this one, or this one we're not going to edit anything, just so that you can kind of compare it, I guess. And then I will be showing 3 different ways that I do my twixtor, and I will put in examples of edits with those settings, just again for reference. Okay, so this is the normal clip, and I am just going to turn the audio off on the edit itself for right now. But so this is just how the normal clip looks. So what you're going to do first of all is pre-compose all your clips. I mean, if you're on After Effects, I would guess that you know how to do this, unless you do it some other way. I'm actually not sure if there's an easier way to do this. You can do Control-Shift-C or pre-compose, whatever you want to do. How I add my twixtor, I know that there's like a lot of people who do different things. What I do is highlight all of my clips, figure out what the frame rate is. I have this, I think this starts, it's like normally like over here or something, but I don't like that. I need to know what my frame rate is, so I just keep it there. But since this is 60, I double click here, and so then it's applying it to all this, and you can like change the settings so then it's applied to all of them. You can also, I think, like do your keyframes, and then instead of highlighting your keyframes and copy pasting those, you can just copy paste the entire thing. But I think this is just easier. I just like this better, so this is kind of what I'm used to. So you change this to whatever the frame rate of your edit is, so that it's not like choppy or anything. Motion sensitivity to 100, smart blend on, and frame, whatever the freaking hell that is, to motion weighted blend. Then click off and click on this. I tend to zoom in. So the first twixtor setting that I have, or that I'm going to show you, is the one that I use the most often. So keyframe speed, you show them, and then what I usually do is 200, and then find 150. If it's not 150, and it's like, let's say it's like this, then just like slide your thing one down and then highlight all of them and like adjust it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so what I do is 45 right in the middle and then 200 on either side. You can adjust these, like you can mess around with them and adjust them to however you want. In the edit that this tutorial was requested on, it was, I think, 250, 45, 250. But I do tend to do 245, 200. But again, like, just sometimes it looks too slow, sometimes it doesn't look slow enough, like, just adjust it. Then you're going to easy ease them, and in the graph editor, I highlight this bottom one, hold shift to keep it straight, and this is literally what it is. It's literally just that. So that's the first one. And I don't think this will, I think this will take a second to render. I'm actually going to turn the audio off again. But regardless, so that is the first one. And again, any of these you can mess around with to find how you like it. Then, so this is kind of how that looks. You can like kind of see it. It's a little choppy, but that's because of the frame rate, I promise. This scene pack is really weird for frame rates. You can do 250. You could do like 250, 45, 200. Like, it really doesn't matter. Then that I'll let pre-render and we'll work on this one. Then for this one, so then normally what I would do with my keyframes is, if I want to keep this, and I'm just doing this the entire time, paste it, and then if this was like too long or whatever, you just hold Alt so that your keyframes and like your graph stays the same, and then you just do that. However, we're not doing that. So good to know that there is a middle though. So okay, so I always just keep this at 100 because it's like easy to find the middle. So then the next one, that I haven't used this one as much, I like use this very rarely, but if you want like fast twixtor, Make the middle one 30 or 35 and the other two about 300. Then there is a trick to this one because, as you can see, it's too fast. So if you adjust it like this, there's still like a black screen here. So what you can either do is you can change this to like 290 or 295 or something. Or you can take this like arm or whatever I guess you want to call it, and just like drag it in slowly until you have the rest of your clip, and then just, I mean, you kind of have to do that sometimes with different clips depending on the lengths of them, but that usually works. This is going to take a second to pre-render again. But so we will give that a second. And then the last one is also not used as much. Like I really pretty much only use this one. But the one that I'm going to do for this one is I tend to use it on transition edits and an edit that will be posted soon. So edits that are more like not really focused on the clips, I guess. Like it's more like, I guess, cinematic. Stumbled over that one for a second. But so what I do for that one is keyframe it at 200 and then shift page down, or you can just count out 10 frames if you want. Shift page down works better for me at least. And then change this to 45 and then easy ease them and just like that. And so this one's a lot easier to like copy paste because you don't have to adjust the keyframes to each individual clip. You can just copy paste it, and it's a lot easier. So it really depends because I just like the smoothness of like these ones, and sometimes you can't even see the difference, but sometimes it does make a big difference. So these are the three that we have. Okay, again, the choppiness is due to the frame rate. I think it should be. I actually don't know what the technical frame rate is because it says 60, but it always looks less choppy on 30, but it still looks choppy on 30, so I actually don't know what the thing is. Regardless, those are those Twixtor settings. Again, mess around with them however much you like because it really depends on the audio and the type of edit and just like really everything. Like it all just depends on what you want and how you think it should look. So there are your examples.